What's going on, traders? Welcome to the channel. I'm John. That's Groot. We trade options here. All right, we need to talk about some trades made, losing some money, making some money. Let's dive in. So, in SPY, you know what I've been talking about on the past few videos. I'm a little bit on the bearish side in SPY. I expect, generally speaking, some form of a correction at least to this next tranche of support, around the 400 level or so. That has not been happening. Today I was looking pretty good, and then I step away for an hour, and next thing you know, I'm losing money. So I was up on this about $70, I believe, the last I checked, and then I come back and got smoked. So, it just happens. That's the way trading does go sometimes. If you're greedy, I guess you can lose money, and that has happened to me for sure. SPY, I had some SPY puts I had to close out. I was losing money there. So the only way I can really be defensive now is a couple things. There's only a couple days left on this contract, 3 days left. I'm at a weird point where I am likely to at least close out one of my two contracts today in the UVXY. This is an ultra short ETF, by the way. Anyone who's new, it's like a 1.5x leverage onto a bet that the market goes lower. So I was taking a big bet, but I made it. Well, actually, I'm not taking a big bet. It's a small position, and that is along the themes of what we're talking about here. So even if I close this out, even if I lose all my money in this trade, I'm fine. And then how to be defensive is the true thing here is you cannot time the market. It is impossible. No one can perfectly time it ever. I still feel good about my conviction, but I have a very medium to low conviction on timing because you just never know when that will happen. So to make a bet to the downside with all the account is very risky, not recommended at all. And I don't make recommendations on this channel, but the way I play defensive is I lighten up my position. So I don't go all out on any bets to the upside or downside. I wait for a correction, then it's time to go back in. So that's kind of the way to think about those trades and setups. But on AMC, I did open up another trade. A couple things. For one, we are down today, and it's almost like a fake out breakdown, I think, personally, as I'm looking at this. The thing is, everyone sees this like bullish flag, and the natural thing is every person's like, oh, this is going to shoot way higher just as we exit this. What sometimes happens is big money wants to push this lower, kind of freaks people out a little bit, and they either shake out, sell their shares, whatever. And then sometimes you start to see now a move higher, and that could be a lot of things. Maybe big money will reverse its course and make a bet higher, and then it just starts soaring without everyone. They make all the money, then people start buying back in, and then they sell and it drops. So like there's a lot of psychology involved with trades like that. But nonetheless, with today's movement lower, what I did end up doing was taking on a position in AMC. So I'll dive into that with you in just a sec. But first things first, I did take some more money out to pay some bills, and I'm moving more of my speculative money into a crypto that I believe in. For anyone who is not interested or who is interested, it is Raven Coin. I don't want to get into too much details on that because I don't want to steer people astray or get things there, but do your research if you're interested. If there is interest, you can ask me about it and I'll be happy to answer. Let me talk about first things first, AMC. It's down today. Like always, we're going to buy our 0.25 shares. Man, these tickets are getting cheaper now. They used to be out 14 or 15 bucks. Now for my 0.25 shares, I'm paying 12.60. So I'll submit that now. We will own another 0.25. So I think I'm the proud owner of like 2 shares of AMC. But I did make an AMC call option bet. And what this is, though, it is a call debit spread. 50.5 and the 55 calls, and I'll show you how to set that up here. But what I did was basically make this bet with the assumption if we go over the 55 strike, then I am making about $12 or $1,300 there. And if we're somewhere in between, then I'm very happy as long as it's a profit. If it's lower, I'm okay taking some loss, but I definitely don't want to take a full loss on this trade. Now, what it was is expiring July 16th. And what you do is you set up the call, the buy. You need to set your buy strike, which is right here at the 50 and 0.5 strike. And then I go up and I hit the sell call. And so to define my risk in this trade, I now go here. So this is a bullish bet to the upside. The bet here is that we go above the 55 price level for AMC, and you can see this profit and loss diagram here, which is great. But what I ended up doing was I actually took on 4 contracts at the 160, I think it was, think I paid 160 per contract, and so that put me at a max cost or max loss of $640, and max profit. Okay, it is less. It is at 1,160. I said it was like 12, 1,300. I was a little off, but my break-even point in the stock, I need AMC to go above 52.10 to be in profits here by expiration. So that's kind of the key thing. That's how you kind of read out these profit and loss diagrams for Robinhood and for AMC on this trade setup. So that is the next step. Really, I'm not making massive bets to the up or downside. I'm just kind of playing pretty neutral on my trading, and we'll just wait and see. It's kind of a wait and see thing. Let the market work itself out, and then you can commit to one side or the other. So that's sort of where I'm at. I hope everyone is having a great time, had a great holiday weekend, and I will catch you on the next trade.